In case you don't live here, let me say this rain is prettier than a sunrise. In the mid-1990s, Nancy and I accompanied 2 adults and a dozen youth on several Presbytery backpack trips to Colorado. We had fewer gadgets to unplug back then as we went off the grid for over a week, hiking through wilderness. We carried dehydrated food, tents, bags, and what we needed for a week of survival. We boiled and purified essential water along the way. By surviving and growing together, we experienced becoming a community of faith, dispelled the myth of political individualism, and relished in God's grand and vast creation. As we began one journey on July 4th, snow covered our tents, and the tent zippers were frozen. Soon into the hike, we heard the rattling of pots and pans that hung from one pastor's backpack. We followed the sound of his laughter to where he was immobilized at the base of a tree in a snowbank above his waist. We raised him up and looked around for the trail, which was under a couple of feet of snow as far as we could see. While we had a guiding principle that you don't leave the trail, we were faced with changing the rules when there was no longer a set path to follow. In the valley below was a beautiful stream. Our paper map showed that if we could follow the water downstream, the stream would cross our trail about 20 miles away. While the trail ran at a high altitude under snow, the stream was lower and clear. Hiking along a stream has its own unique sets of challenges, and going off the map we knew was an act of faith and hope. We were able to stay alive by streaming, but we didn't coin the phrase live streaming like today. Our prayers were answered when we didn't pass by the trail when it crossed the stream. In the crises we face all at once, in the areas of pandemic, economy, education, race, distancing, divisiveness, and continuing to love and serve God through our community of faith, not only are our regular trails covered, but we wonder who has a map to follow. When we move away from the past into new ways of living, serving, and loving the Lord, we are assured we'll come to the waters of life for all creation. In your life, what guiding principles have you left behind in order to move into a deeper spirituality? What maps continue to show you a way through all the challenges and changes you face today? What streams do you seek to lead and nourish you toward abundant life?